Good morning, Tim Gillen, a familiar face here on the 7 and 4 News Morning Show with Terrapin Networks joins us this morning. Good to see you, Tim.
Good morning.
We are talking about drones this morning.
Yeah, drones.
And
yeah.
Specifically hobbyist drones, the commercial and personal use,
Right.
and then how it could affect our privacy, essentially.
Privacy. There's been some privacy issues. You might have seen on, made some actually national news. Somebody in Illinois, in their backyard, somebody had a hobbyist drone hovering over their backyard. He shot it out of the sky with a shotgun. So these kind of things, yeah, kaboom, and that took care of the drone.
Yeah.
But that was a hobbyist drone.
Okay.
Now we hear about drones a lot from the military.
Right.
Which they can fly. These are unmanned airplanes with basically cameras on them, which they'll use in warfare. They fly them out of Omaha, Nebraska, and a variety of different sites in the country. But any kind of unmanned aircraft is known as a drone. That's what that actually means.
Okay.
And so the hobbyist aircrafts, they're referred to a lot of times as quadcopters because most of them are about this big and have 4 helicopters for what you think of as helicopter blades. And they just hover up and you can control them. They're kind of glorified radio-controlled airplanes, right?
Okay.
You see people with a joystick and a radio-controlled airplane, and there's real small ones that you can buy inexpensively. But these higher-end hobbyist drones these days are about $500, $600, $700 and can go quite a distance, can go several hundred feet from the person controlling them. Well, they can hover over your backyard, right? And yeah, and they can do it now commercially. Amazon's talking about using these exact devices for delivering packages. I think there's a little bit of hype there, but they're getting a lot of people talking about it, to where they could drop off something on your front porch and then the thing buzzes back to their, yeah, and they're talking about doing that to ease their shipping costs. The FAA is speaking up that that's not really good to have these things buzzing all over the place.
Sure.
So things are changing that way with these.
What about the direct impact here in northern Michigan? NMC, Northwestern Michigan College in Traverse City, actually has an aviation school, and they're one of the few places in the country
that actually, and using real drones too. They're training pilots how to fly the full-size drones, and when I understand, they're using a lot of the hobbyist stuff as training stuff for it. Yeah, but also what we have locally, which is coming in, is the national parks are starting to ban them. They don't want people flying. Don't want them flying around. You go out in the national park, you go hiking, have a nice quiet thing. You got bzzz flying over you, looking at you. Privacy. So the National Park Service is actively banning them in the national parks. Kind of one by one as the parks go across. That's what they're doing.
Do you think that will eventually happen across the board? Probably not.
Well, I think it probably will.
Really? Okay.
I do, because there's, and it's not just privacy. There's also the noise issue. You go out in the woods, you go out, you go to a national park specifically to escape some of that.
Right, you do. That's why I go out there.
That's kind of the idea, right?
Interesting. And just to final notes here. When it does come to the personal drones too, can those ones as well, impact your privacy in any way?
Well, very much, because all of them, people tend to put little cameras on them, like a GoPro camera.
Okay.
So while you're flying it with your laptop, you're looking right at what the drone is looking at, right down in your backyard, hovering over your living room window. I mean, that's what you can do with these things.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, that invasion of privacy, that
pretty big invasion of privacy, yeah. But they're neat hobbyist tools, they really are.
Tim, as always, thank you so much. We appreciate the information.
Thanks.